Well, I guess.
But we're not going to know anything about March. But if it was something, I could reference it in our newsletter, it would come out from my.
Well, and that is one thing, is one of the things really quickly do, and then we'll set the agenda and then we'll get out of Dodge. We didn't talk about input from outside sources. I got an email not too long ago from I think it was the Elementary School Principals Association, said about reviewing the 6 through 12 math or science standards and giving feedback. I think that we would probably put a survey together of what types of information and data we want, but think about groups that are in the state that maybe could help disseminate or be willing for to disseminate that would reach a large population. Do we think we would want to put a survey together? Part of that might be on the groups and organizations and what kind of
educational.
Yeah, right.
I think they need to be reviewed by, what you said.
Right.
Associations.
Math associations.
We need some upper ed, we need.
Yeah, we need a variety, because, and I was thinking that they send it out, I don't know, it might be nice to have the elementary principals send it out, the high school administrators send it out, I don't know, parent-teacher organizations, that they can give some feedback on to get involvement. But would those be good types of organization? Or the thing is, I don't want to do too many organizations. You can do too many. But not.
I just think there's an organization of students that are in college to be a teacher, mathematics, as well as for the teachers of mathematics.
Well, the teachers, I think, that teach mathematics at the high school college, maybe that would be a good thing to take into
Yeah, I think
account.
it's interesting for them to see it, you know.
Well, sure, I mean, I think anybody could, I agree with you. You know, it could be though, how are we going to do that to get the students to see it, but the teachers could also obviously take it in and show their students.
I think it's important to make it available to anybody that wants to see it.
So
And is that through, I mean,
That would
like,
probably be through testing.
and so do we?
but I mean, target groups and make them
Sure.
aware, but then I just want to, I don't want, tail end to be like,
Yeah, I
well,
agree.
we didn't get a chance to look at
Yeah,
that.
well, one of the, that makes a good point, and I think one of the groups that needs to be involved, or we need to communicate on that, are those that were primarily responsible for getting this bill through,
Absolutely.
through the legislature. So if we don't do that, you know.
Well, and I will tell you this, sometimes you always get some resistance from groups that you're really surprised about. And so we need to do the best job that we possibly can, and getting word out, and getting feedback in.
And it might be putting a draft out more to the math community to refine our work before it then goes out.
Yeah, that
To
should be
be
something,
reviewed.
because to getting back feedback, this is missing, or we're not clear about the wording here, that we can come back and do some more. with
Right, because we could
it.
add an extra definition somewhere and that would even help when it went out the next.
Yeah, rather than putting something, so that's a good
It's
idea.
so not to get so close to the very end,
I agree with
but then you don't, but then
Right.
you can't actually go,
Well,
oh
here's,
my gosh, this huge group has this big
we
concern.
used to call it throwing it over the fence and seeing if anybody would pick it up.
Or,
There's a lot more people watching the fence than there used to be.
so,
And for the timeline on that,
Right.
we have an upcoming, we have to report this to the school board at some point, I guess. like we did last time.
I know, and I should have updated you. Tiffany, Nancy, and myself did attend the state board meeting. And one person, that's right, because your mother, but little,
Yeah.
yes, you were. Okay, so
I
sorry.
only watched.
No, but, well, as you heard, I mean, they allowed one person from each committee to speak for 3 minutes. And mathematics, the 2 mathematics groups seem to be a little further ahead with more in attendance than the others, so I thought that was really nice. But the board members just kind of,
And we did allow,
Was this their first day back after the?
No, well, I mean, we had also submitted a report,
So they
so we were basically just verbalizing what
That's
we
your
had.
message.
So- But no, they did open it up, they did open it up for public comment, and, I mean, overall, I thought they were receptive, they listened. So, there was public comment, but I don't know, I haven't been notified of the second public hearing of the state board. I know there's one more coming and then the final one in October. But I've also sent a summary of what we did to both the Speaker of the House and the President, Senate Pro Tem, and their secretaries responded back. And I did tell them that, because somewhere it says a monthly report, but I said because we're not meeting until January 30th, I would not be submitting, you know, a report until February. Oh, we understand, thank you for keeping us updated. So, it was just short, like 2 little paragraphs, and I mean, that's kind of, it'll just be a summary, kind of our agenda, you know, for, that we did meet and we moved
I was
along.
asking if that, how we would contact, or what our plan was for review outside of our group at that next meeting, so that I guess that would be a public forum of some sort to state how we were going to do it, or what our plans were to do it, or if we were going to do it.
Well, and I guess part of the question is that, is there gonna be a common platform that they're gonna use for all the communities? You know, is there one, because it would be to have, I think it should be a common platform that all communities use, except for maybe math specific, to get out to the different non-math groups, to get some information out. Like, it's gonna be elementary school principals, great, to get that information out to all the education people. And the secondary, is there a group that's gonna get out and reach out to the parents, and should it be the same group getting out both math, and ELA, and science, and social studies, so the parents or people in the community know who to go to organizations. I don't think
this
they've had
is
that
maybe
discussion.
above us, is what I'm hearing when you
I don't know, but
clarification.
And I don't know if we have an above us.
I don't know.
I mean, above us didn't provide lunch today, so.
So is that something that, I guess I feel very responsible for this particular aspect. In
Sure.
that I just, as I do not want to be the only voice speaking for the entire population of Missouri parents.
Absolutely.
That is a task that I want to make sure that others have a chance to weigh in at some point. And I feel like that's my voice here, to make sure that we open that avenue in some way, or at least have a plan of
Oh, I
action
agree.
to do it.
I think
That's
the
what
way
I
to,
was talking about getting out, sending our draft, proposal to the groups that were the ones responsible for getting this law, in front of our
Well,
legislature.
or should it be the legislatures that they, well, I think we should all have input, but I mean, there's certain math organizations that I think we definitely want to be sent out, you know, that
Content too.
or have an opportunity to give them the option to get feedback. You know, I have Missouri Council of Teachers of Math, to get it out to their membership, to get some feedback from there, the colleges, to get some feedback from them. But then how do you disseminate it to the elementary school teachers? How do you disseminate it to the high school teachers that are not a part of this, but yet they're the ones that are gonna have to teach it? I think that's really critical to get it out to them, to get feedback from them, as well as what you said, the parent liaison.
She's not saying that.
I think the place maybe to start, there's a survey option now, on Desi's website. So I think that would be a good place to start. How do we get others involved to see our work? So we plant that seed that somebody starts to think about.
And I don't think any one of us, any one of our groups are anywhere close to being putting that out there. It's gonna be, we're not close ready for putting out even as a draft form yet, because I think if we put out what we have right now, we get a lot of flack and feedback, and justifiably so, because we're not even close enough to being refined. And we have put that cohesive package together with the wording, and that's what a lot of flack would come. Although some of you might put something out and not put a single comment. Until you have to incorporate it, then everybody.
And I just wanna add, I guess, one thing to that, you know, as I'm listening to this, I'm thinking, yep, parents, good group to talk to, math people, yep, MCTM, good thinking, you know, nice group. Empire math people, I'm all for that, I don't know if there's some other math people. But then I hear the phrase elementary schools. And I think,
Ours was a PE teacher.
I don't know, how, you know,
And I'm
I
not
know
saying
this
it would
is
be all
gonna sound
equal, I'm
mean.
just saying this is one that came out.
I know, and I appreciate that, and I guess,
They have membership that we don't have, that we don't, my most concern is elementary school teachers, and that can be something that may come from the elementary teachers themselves. What's the best word do they think to get it out to their teachers? The elementary school principals, there's one in every district, and so at least they have it in their hands if they'll do anything with it. I don't know, and I don't know if they would even wanna take that on. So,
yeah.
I think part of our agenda should
Yes.
maybe be next time to
Because
start
it's
at our
true.
deadline. We're supposed to have these standards done and ready for everybody this date, whatever our date is, and then work backwards and say, okay, that means we need to have them ready by here for people to kind of review them and get comments back, which means we need them ready for here, to disseminate to the math people, to get that cleared up, so that we don't end up at the last minute and say, oh, shoot, we just had time for that. So, I
So
know,
big
I need
picture
to,
planning based on timeline.
yes.
So let's really quickly make an agenda for the next time we get out of here. And then I think that's one thing we need to talk about, is think about ideas and ways to get out of here, or to get it out, disseminate the information. So for the agenda for the next time, what are some ideas? And Freddie, you taking this down?
The first one I have is timetable for proposed draft document.
And that could be something that we would talk about there, where are we at and where do we realistically think we can be?
In terms of that, we want to set dates for future meetings.
We were talking about summer meetings, that we're obviously gonna need time. Now, we may not need time as a whole group to meet in the summer, but algebra 1 team may need to meet the algebra. So we might want to set, they may not be the whole group, but I think setting some dates and times for the summer, because we all know, and everybody's schedule is really busy. So we think summer's gonna be not so much, and then it happens. So we'll try to get that scheduled.
Okay, that's item number 2.
We need to finish the review of the probability and statistics standards, so that has to finish. What else we heard? We need to finish up geometry, if there's any whatever geometry's left in the probability and statistics, we need to finish that as a review. Maybe we can have a report out from the geometry team, Bob will be there to report out, the field folks will be there to report out what's been done so far and where they're at, and see how that matches with everything else. Maybe updates from each of the teams. Quick updates. I don't know about you, did you guys like having some time to sit together as a team and talk this afternoon? Was that valuable?
I did, I think we did, we have some things, the three of us, you know, which were kind of small work here and so forth, but we have some things that we want to, work on and come back to you with, so yes.
And I think some of us are on multiple teams, so it would be nice if we had like at least 45 minutes to touch base in between. Could we, and this is before the next meeting, would any of you be willing to try to, because we had talked about the electronics, do we want a Skype work today for those people that weren't here? Do we want to try to set something up to have a group Skype call, or would that be a violation of the sunshine law because other people couldn't listen in?
Violation or not, it would be really difficult to do during the day.
Oh, we wouldn't do it during the day, because I can't during work. I mean, it would be like 15 minutes in an evening, so not long. And not everybody, but who would want to try it to see if it works? Yeah,
I think
I
we're just
will.
trying, I mean, if you're not discussing it, you're just trying to see if it works.
Right. Just so everybody log on, see if it works, 5-10 minutes, and then we can email, no, I couldn't get on,
Yeah.
is a problem. And then, because I know what Maggie had said about the Blackboard, that might be really nice, but not everybody probably would have had necessarily a laptop here, had gotten on, accessed it, and would have taken up some time, so we can talk about other ways to meet electronically afterwards.
Probably some refinement of the structure.
Okay,
I mean, I feel closer
down to
than far away, but it probably still needs to gel.
And some of the other groups maybe even.
No, they're not gonna be able to meet the rest of the times we meet.
the dates they proposed, the dates, and I know the next day they proposed it when I was, so I was hoping we hear today. And they are gone, they're gone for a while, so.
So how did you word that?
Refinement.
That was the word I was.
That was it.
Well, and that might be something that we can talk about, and maybe we can get, if the whole group can't meet, maybe some of the team leads can Skype in with us that day or something, so that they could hear some of the discussion if they want to.
Well, that would be a good, I mean, we need each of the subgroups to have the discussion.
Right, yeah, so we, the leads of the subgroups for K
But I
through 8.
am concerned how we're now going to collaborate with K-5.
You too? I was really hoping that,
I thought so too.
I think they were really stressed about what they had to get done, so I thought they were gonna come in and slip in, but they didn't, but so that's okay.
What I have down here as an action item is Kathy is going to present the Skype possibilities to the other team leaders.
And us as well,
And
right.
arrange for, and possibly even one for the entire group.
Yeah, and the other action item that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type up what we talked about geometry today, send it out to all of you guys to give, say, yeah, this is what we talked about, this is not what we talked about, also there. And the Massachusetts document, I'll put it in the Dropbox a little bit, it will not until we get it next week.
Oh, no.
Because I'm not doing it while I'm driving over home tonight. Oh, Minnesota now. I'm not doing it while I'm driving over home tomorrow, so. Anything else? I think that's a pretty full agenda. I'm just gonna say I'm really pleased we got a lot done, I think today. We've got a good starting point, we've got a long way to go, but we've got a good starting point, so. Any questions, comments?
Well, I don't wanna prolong it, but, you know, so do we need to look at a different date or having 2 days together? Or did we just decide that that's just in front?
Well, I think.
I think that would be part of our, what happens when we talk about the timetable and the dates of the next meeting. That's
February
what we're saying.
27th, I think February 27th, we can take, and if teams drive in the night before, this is Friday again, isn't it? If teams drive in, bless you, if teams drive in the night before, they might want to work at a hotel the evening before, or have a discussion, dialogue the evening before.
There's not that many that came in tonight before.
I understand, yeah, and so they might, but that might be something that people may decide to do or not do, so. But I agree too,
So we're leaving the February one.
leaving it, and then we'll talk about it.
But then we'll talk about whether we wanna do something different in March
Right,
or whatever.
and the March date
Okay.
might be hard to get 2 back-to-back days in the same room, because they've got this, and I really like being here, I don't know about the rest of you, guys, this was really convenient. So,
I wondered if Friday was part of the reason that we were able to get these.
I think-
I don't know that.
I've been, you know, in the springtime might be easier to get, so I don't know. Nobody wants to meet, everybody wants to be outside. Does anybody want to make a motion for adjournment?
I'll motion to adjourn.
Okay, Fred moved that we adjourn, and Julie seconds.
So Kathy, what else do you need help getting back to wherever it goes?
Basically, the computer stuff we have to load up in the car, the projector we have, or the cart, and then I'll just wheel it over to their office. Yeah, that's
That's
not.
all I want.
Next time coming back, we might need some help,
Once
we might
everything's loaded
designate
up.
somebody pick up, somebody take back, so we can.
Right
And
now, it's just
we didn't ask if all approve to adjourn.
Oh, yeah.
Have a great month.